Hello beautiful people and welcome to my channel. If this is your first time here, it's great to have you. If you're returning, it's good to see you again. In this video, you'll receive my channeled message plus a page from the Daily Guidance Angel book and also a card from the Healing Love Oracle deck. Please note that this is a collective group message, so it may not resonate with you, and that's simply okay. Come back tomorrow where it may be aligned more with what you need to know. All right, today is all about trouble sleeping. Why? Do you know why you cannot sleep? It's your truth, not the excuses that this wants to come up with, right? Firstly, are you telling yourself you don't sleep well, you have trouble sleeping, or that you don't need much sleep, or that you don't sleep much? I know it sounds bad at the front, but they're two different meanings. Any of those sound familiar? What you tell yourself matters greatly to how your body reacts to it. It is that your head is so full, your thoughts don't shut down. Are you stressed, worried about something, and you may be anxious? These are other reasons why you may not be sleeping. What is going on in your personal and professional life that is impacting your sleep? Why do so many people just accept they are not a good sleeper? Are you one of them? Without delving deeper and taking into consideration all the things going on in your personal and professional life. Maybe, just maybe, they're contributing to the lack of your sleep. If you're stressed at work, if you're in a relationship and it's not in a good place right now, if you've got children that aren't well, if you've got children that are struggling at school, what's happening in your extended family, what's happening in your friend circle. All these things impact your sleep because it goes straight to the collective of the brain, and the thoughts play out and you worry, then it impacts your emotional state. So you're worrying, you're nervous, you're anxious, and your tummy is in knots. You can feel your tummy tightening. It may be even causing you to have headaches, which stop you from having sleep. Now, just maybe your headache is because you haven't had enough water. Look at everything that is going on in your external world. How is that impacting you, which then flows through to your sleep patterns? Yeah? Our body requires rest to rejuvenate our energy, our mind, and our emotions. It is what assists us to sustain mental and emotional balance and our overall well-being. Sleep matters. And you may be a person that believes you only need 5 to 6 hours, 4 to 5 hours sleep. And you may be bringing in different things that assist you. How does your body rejuvenate? If you're a person that is saying to self you believe you only need 4 to 5 hours sleep, what's your moods like? What's your patience level like? Do you get easily frustrated? Do you find that it's really hard to stay focused for long periods of time? Have you put all those things down to something else? Or is it purely that your body is not rested enough? You haven't rejuvenated. Yeah? You may be able to do that cycle for a certain amount of time, but there's going to come a point where the body just goes, nah, can't cope. Guess what happens? If you're not rejuvenating yourself and over a long period of time the body says doesn't cope, what happens? Did you get sick? Did you really find that you were emotionally impacted far greater than what you normally are by certain things? Do you find that your mindset or mental health is not in a good place? Why? Are you not connecting the dots? Sleep matters. The body must rest. The mind must rest. The emotions must rest. And people just go, oh, I'm not a good sleeper. They just fob it off. If you're that person, find the cause. Find why. Why are you not sleeping? There are some of you out that are watching this and you may not like it, and that's okay. You're taking medication to sleep, or you're taking melatonin to sleep. Have you identified why you're not sleeping? Have you really brought in all of the things that I've mentioned and really looked at them and gone, oh yeah, that's contributing to my lack of sleep? The reason why so many people don't sleep is because this does not shut up. This is so full of stuff that it's so full, physically cannot sleep. It's still ticking. And this is where a form of journaling is or a brain dump. Let's do a brain dump. We can even maybe call it a sleep dump. So if this is working overtime, get a pen and paper and just write down all the things that are in your thoughts. Write them down on paper. Because once they're on paper, they're out of here. That means there's space. Yeah? Are you too much exposed to electronics? Are you on your phone right before bed? You know, what are you doing? What is your preparation for bed? Are you on the screen? Are you watching TV? What is impacting you? This is a process of elimination. I know if I'm not really that sleepy and I really do want to go to bed, I take a book to bed. Yep, I'm asleep. And it bugs me because it's like I was fully awake and I can only get through 2 pages. They're on the odd days, but I really know why. Yep, the head is, or I'll get back up and write something down. Sometimes an idea comes in. I'll get up, I'll write the idea out on paper, and then I can go back to sleep. Because the reason why I don't go back to sleep is because it's like, oh, I'm going to forget it, I'm going to forget it, I'm going to forget it. And that's what I keep saying to myself. But once I know that I cannot physically forget it because I've written it down, it's amazing. I go back to sleep. Sleep is extremely valuable. And I am absolutely, I'm going to own it. I am one that can sit up till 2 o'clock in the morning. I don't do that day in, day out, day in, day out. I'm absolutely aware my body cannot physically manage it. And I know, and I am also very aware that my body needs to rest and rejuvenate. And the sweet spot's 7 hours. And when I go over that, generally I start to feel more tired. So it's about trial and error. Bring in, bring out things. This is about raising awareness of everything in your life and not accepting anything. If you're not sleeping well, don't just accept it. Really look at what's going on. What's going through your thoughts? What's going on in your life? Is it stress at work? Is it stress in a relationship? Is it stress with a friend? You know, money concerns are another thing that really plays on people's mind. So sit down and do a budget if you haven't already. Really look at things. Look at things that you could cut out to take off the pressure. They're just ideas. It's about identifying what is consuming your thoughts, which is holding you back from sleep. Yeah? Write them down, and hopefully that will assist to offload a lot of the thoughts. So let's keep moving along to the message. What has that got? Sing. Okay. Sing. Sing and sleep. For me, what I'm getting with this, it's more about music. Another form, like we spoke about, journaling, brain dumping, and really worrying about your thoughts. If you're anxious, really questioning that. But also now this is giving you a tool. This is suggesting, for some of you, it may be worth listening to, if you haven't heard of it, binaural beats. There's all different gigahertz that resonate with you. Maybe putting some earplugs, of course they'll have to be cordless, that may just assist you to relax before you go to sleep. It may be that you choose to listen to them 15 minutes before bed, half an hour before bed, trial and error. Again, it could be more that you like the sounds of nature, raindrops, birds singing, wind, leaves rustling. It's about identifying. It could be beautiful classical music, gentle, calm music, a meditation. Really identify what works with you. That's what I'm getting, is another form of a tool, a strategic tool for you that you can bring in. If you're not sleeping, don't just accept, go, okay, I'm going to try and bring in different things to see if I can really get my sleep back in order. And stop saying to yourself you can't sleep, because that's the intention you're setting. Yeah? So sleep well. Even if you don't believe it, that's okay. Just keep saying it, because the more you say to yourself you don't sleep well, that's what you're intending. That's the intention you're putting out there. I'd rather be putting out the intention that I sleep well than not. Yeah? But this is definitely, this thing is about really taking that time out to calm. And, okay, what's this come through is for some of you that are on the television, or you're on charts, or you're on whatever you're doing, half an hour before, go and put some music on. For some of you, music is the way for you to just really calm. Yeah? So let's get into Sing before I get into this message. If you want to close your eyes with me and take a deep breath. Just so you can absorb all the words from this message. The music within your soul desires freedom. Your inner melody doesn't care whether you sing off key or forget the lyrics. It merely wants to be expressed aloud so that it can float upon the air and join the other musical notes in the universe. Song allows you to convey deep emotions that exceed the boundaries of mere words. Even if you feel bashful about your abilities, give yourself permission to sing today. Add your voice to the music you play on your stereo, or go a cappella without accompaniment. Can't even say that word. Hum in the shower with your friends or to yourself. The form isn't important. It's not. What does matter is the act of expressing yourself musically. Love that. Think of this as yoga for your soul. An opportunity to stretch yourself and a reflection of your innermost spirit. Notice the tunes that attracted to, as their words, melodies, and sentiments all contain messages for you. Know that we angels thank you for your musical contribution to the world's positive energy waves. Thought for today. I sing for the joy of it. I let go of self-judgment and allow myself to be free and joyful. I send my breath out into the world, riding on the crest of my music. Yeah, and it really is something as a tool. What I'm now getting is that if you are anxious and you feel that it's holding you back from sleep or frustrated, whatever, take a moment, and when a beautiful song comes on that you love, how does it make you feel? And it's a song that you cannot help but sing to it, right? How does it feel? Like, does it shift you and really shift that anxiousness? So this is actually asking as well, is the music during the day in those moments of feeling anxious or overwhelmed, play your music and know what it does for you internally. It shifts that anxiousness to one of joy, sing, because you're focusing on singing. It takes that focus away from that anxious situation that you're in, or that's causing you to feel anxious. So that's another way to look at Sing. Because the less stressed you are and the less anxious you are and the less overwhelmed you are, your body will be less tightened, therefore allowing your whole body to relax in order to sleep. When we're in a heightened state, especially overwhelm, anxiousness, nervousness, the whole body tightens. And so if we haven't released those emotions, then how the hell are you meant to sleep? Because the whole body is in a state of strain. It's not surprising you're not sleeping. That's just another perspective to look at, okay? May not apply to you, and that's simply okay, but I'm just offering another perspective with that page that came up. Now today we got 3 cards, and I haven't had 3 cards in a long time. So, Trilogy of Light. It really is about you looking. It's like, what do you want? You can attain that, but it's about really resting. Need to really take time to rest so you can get Trilogy of Light. What in life are you not seeing due to not really being awake? Oh, okay, that's just come through. It's all, it's getting the senses. Smell, and it's probably more smell, sight, hear. What are you missing? The trilogy of the senses of light due to not being on your best A game because you're tired. That's what I got from this, which is really bizarre, but it is what it is. Yeah? When we're tired, we don't operate on our best, when we're not the best version of ourselves. What are you missing through not having enough rest to rejuvenate? So let's go to the Trilogy of Light and see what that actually says. I've only pulled this card, I think, once before. So before I read this card, if you want to close your eyes with me and take a deep breath, just so you can absorb the words from this message. The image on the card symbolizes the template of creation. Abstract energy spiraling into formation drops down into the consciousness. If you have chosen this card today, be aware that the wheel is set in motion. An abstract idea that you've had floating around in your subconscious is about to surface into your conscious mind. Pay attention to new ideas over the coming days. One of these ideas is the seed for the beginning of something completely new. Now, this absolutely, and I spoke about the senses and that you're not on your A game. This is saying that there is something coming your way. Yeah? Something that has been in your subconscious that wants to come for your conscious mind. It's been playing around. That's what these words said, floating around in your subconscious. It will only present itself when you're on your A game, when all of your faculties are heightened and you're present. It's waiting for you. So I go, get some sleep, because this has just affirmed that. Okay, that's for that one. What have we got? Soulmate. For this one, we speak about sleep, but some of you are night owls, and I'm going to own, yeah, there are nights I stay up, absolutely. And for a short little while, I would say that I wasn't focused enough on going to bed with my husband the same time he did. And then I kicked my own backside and said, Kat, that's not what you teach. And so absolutely, I make that conscious effort, really to go to bed together. It's important. And I don't know, this is what this is sharing with me for soulmate. It's so important that two people connect, and often the way to connect is in the space of the bedroom, and not sexually, but just intimately, meaning connect with each other. And you can't do that if one is sitting up in the lounge room and the other has gone to bed. That's what I'm getting with this. And, you know, you will go to sleep. You will fall asleep. But the more you sit up and say you can't sleep, that's the intention you're setting. And so for some of you, it's really important to reconnect with your soulmate. They're missing you. They're missing you. And for those of you who are single, maybe it takes for you to rest more, to rejuvenate. Because maybe the opportunity for a soulmate is being missed because you're not alert. Yeah? So that's all I'm getting for that. So let's go to the card Soulmate. Before I read this card, if you want to close your eyes with me, take a deep breath. So you can absorb all the words from this message. Love is a divine and universal energy of life. It is alive, intelligent, and in constant communication with all creation. When love calls you, go to her. Search for her no matter where the journey takes you. Somewhere another soul is in search of you. Somewhere a heart is filled with longing. Today's longing becomes tomorrow's joy until you will meet within your dreams. I'm going to read that again. Until then, you will meet within your dreams. In order to dream, you need to sleep. Yes? Makes sense to me. So if those of you that are watching this, that are single, that are really, really wanting to find your soulmate, this says, until then, you will meet within your dreams. So if you're not sleeping well, maybe make that your drive to sleep well. That if I really make a conscious effort to sleep and get into a deep sleep, this person may present themselves. Now, if that's not enough to drive you, I don't know what is. And I love that message. Beautiful. All right, so this is the card I pulled. Oh my gosh. Tantric Union. Wow, wow, wow. Tantric union, I'm getting really, yes, it's about the tantric union with someone, but it's more about the tantric union of self, to really connect with self on such a deep level. And why this is going down this path is it's about, as I mentioned in the message, it's so important to not just accept that you don't sleep well, identify why. Why are you not sleeping well? Is it purely because you're telling yourself that you don't sleep well? Right, that's one. Or is it so much stuff in your external world is impacting you? So what's going on with family, what's going on with friends, what's going on at work, what's going on, all those things play havoc on your thoughts, right, and your mind. They play on your mind. And often it holds you back from falling asleep. Identify that and then work on those particular things so then this stops. Don't just accept if you're anxious at work, something's going on. Sort it out. Address it. Move on past it. Do whatever you got to do. Don't just accept. Have that tantric union with self. It really is. You know, this is about total acceptance and connection, to have a tantric union. And it's at a deep level, to know thyself. And this is to know your partner, which is the soulmate, right? But to know your partner though that well. So maybe, okay. For some of you, you have a partner that doesn't sleep well. It's maybe time for you to share with them how much you miss them coming to bed with you. Don't say, why don't you come to bed with me? It's the way you're approaching it. They're not hearing you. So share with them how much you miss them. That's that tantric union. Look at the picture. It's that connection. That's really what you're missing. It's not the fact that they're staying up late. It's that you miss that connection. Share that with them. I miss you when you don't come to bed with me. I miss those cuddles. I miss that connection with you. would you be able to make that effort to come to bed maybe 3 or 4 nights with me? And if you need to get back up again, that's okay. I just want to have that connection with you while I fall asleep. This is really relevant because I get a lot of couples that do this. They don't sleep. They either don't sleep in the same rooms, don't sleep in the same bed, or one stays up every night and one goes to bed. And there's no connection. They're missing that opportunity to really connect on a deep level. So the sleep seems to be a lot for couples again. But also, it's about, for those of you who aren't in a relationship, having that deep connection with self. Know thyself well. Know thyself so deep and intimate that you're able to identify. And the expression or the words, I don't know, delete them. The answers are all within you. And why would you settle for that when it comes to self? I don't know why I don't sleep. Why would you settle for that? No way. If those words ever come to the surface of my mouth, I go, okay, Kat, you got to go further. The answer is within me. I know it's within me. I'm absolutely aware that it's in me. I don't use that lazy term, I don't know. Some of you may not have liked what I just said. I can feel already the shutdown. It's lazy to say, I don't know. It's a quick out. Yep, I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, you do know. It just takes time for you to go inward to find it, because it's not what you think. It's not in a thought. It's in a feeling. So tap into that feeling and then you'll find the truth. And if you felt that that was a criticism and you took what I just said personally as an attack for you, that was never my intention. I didn't say your name. I said the behavior is laziness. Because for me, I know that if I say I don't know, it's because I'm not taking the time, or it's like, oh, it's just a quick out. I haven't taken the time to look inward to find the answer. I've just gone, I don't know. You know it's because you can't be bothered. That I can feel it when I say it. I don't know. That's such a go-to expression for so many people without even a forethought of what they're saying. You do know. Let's go to Tantric Union, shall we? And here I was feeling this was going to be a quick video. A lot more has come out with the cards. Tantra is a love affair with life, an awareness of the divinity within you and the honouring of the sacred and divine within another. It ignites an eternal flame, a universal creative force that spirals up from deep within our being. Tantra is a sexual and spiritual energy built of complementary opposing forces that, in coming together, create wholeness. The ebb and flow of the ocean is a tantric union between the water, the moon, the air, and the earth. There is a deep desire in all of us to connect spiritually and physically. If you are currently in a relationship, it will deepen as you discover previously unknown realms of love. Alternatively, a tantric union may develop purely on a spiritual and emotional basis. Two souls merging through thought and feeling. And I'm going to say it's also with self. One soul merging through thought and feeling. Connect the head to the gut. And I know it feels like it's slightly digressed from the sleeping, but this is also relevant to sleeping. Get to know thyself better. Get to know what makes you tick. Don't just settle for don't know or just accept things that are going on with you that are impacting your growth moving forward. Sleep impacts you. Being anxious impacts you. Being overwhelmed impacts you. Being, frustrated impacts you. Why? Why are you like that? I got to ask today, about, can you just give me some tools how to handle when I get emotional? And I said, do you know why you get emotional? What's triggering those emotions? Don't know. Yeah, you do know. So I said, I'm not a band-aid kind of coach. I will give you skills, but first we need to identify why, because then I can provide the relevant skills for that. So if you're not sleeping, honor yourself and see if you can identify what's holding you back from sleep. Yeah? It's important. You need to rejuvenate the body, the mind, the spirit. You need to rejuvenate. And that only comes from rest. So I hope that you gain something little from today. Just little. And I hope you managed to take some notes. And I want to thank you for your time, as I respect your time is valuable. You matter. You matter, and don't forget it. You are your most valuable asset. So invest in you every day. Don't accept, I don't know. Don't accept that you just don't sleep. There is a reason why. Identify the why. If you enjoyed today's video, I'd be so grateful if you would like the video, subscribe to my channel, and also click on the notifications bell so you'll be notified when I upload tomorrow's Cat's Message of the Day. So for today, take care.